to the channel. In today's video we're going to have a look at the BG weatherproof double outside socket. This is a pre-wired one with an RCD plug that you can screw on the end of the wire. So in the box there we've got the RCD unit there. That's to be screwed on after the wire's been pushed through the hole, a wall or a shed. And we've got the main unit there with the wire pre-wired attached. That's it, empty box there. Put that to one side. We've just got a small leaflet to tell us how to wire it up, etc. There you go, just a double socket. Lots of knockouts if you wanted to put a gland through for different cabling options. This one's got one at the bottom there, nice and tight already from the factory. Quite a long wire on it. So what I'm going to have a look at today is, because I don't fancy using these connections, so I'm going to see if I'm going to take the front off, taking these small lugs out here, revealing the screws underneath, and I'm going to have a look at the back of the plate to see whether I can unscrew these brackets and just leave me 4 holes for putting proper fixings into the wood, because I'm fixing it on a shed tomorrow for a customer. And the beauty of these plugs, you don't have to call out an electrician. They simply connect into a plug socket. So we're just undoing the 4 screws now. Once they're loose, this top part lifts off, revealing the wire where the wire comes in, and they're connected into the back there. So what I'm looking for today is these little rubber caps come off, revealing the screws. So what I'm going to do is, because I want a better fixing, because I don't like how they fix just on these brackets here, be a bit wobbly, I'm going to unscrew and to take these screws out. And I'm happy about that, because the bracket is removable, if anybody wants to know that. Just leaves the holes on the back there now. Perfect to put normal screws through, and you can reuse the little rubber caps afterwards to push back over the holes, or even put a bit of silicone round, so you get a nice flat fixing on that, no wobbles. So I'm pleased I investigated that. That's the main thing I wanted to know. So yeah, if anyone wants to know the same thing, then there you go. You can use it like that. So that's it, guys. I shall be installing this tomorrow for a customer, just on the side of their shed. Drilling a hole through the side of the shed, poking the wire through the hole, and I might just have to shorten the wire, which will then be screwed into the bottom of this. Now I've just noticed you need a really thin screwdriver to get to the screws that's in the RCD plug, which then releases this front cover. So a really thin screwdriver, and then you can get to your terminals behind this plate. And then this is where you connect the terminals in: live, CPC and neutral. So yeah, thanks for having a look today, guys, and I shall tag this on to tomorrow's video where we shall be installing this. So we shall see you then. Hi guys, so here we are at the job site inside the shed currently. So luckily where the plug is inside the shed, the customer's already got installed. I just had a word with the customer, and what we're planning to do is put the end of the cable obviously screwed into there, and then just go straight underneath, straight through the shed. And luckily on the other side of the shed, she wants the unit about here on the other side of the shed, so we can just run the wire with some cable clips on the other side straight up the other side of the shed into the main unit there. So yeah, I'll get this box attached to the other side of the shed, and we'll drill a hole straight underneath this plug, and I'll show you that in a minute. Just a quick update there, guys. We've got the box screwed to the side of the shed now. We've used the 4 fixings at the back, and we put silicone around the screws, weatherproof silicone there. And right in the corner there I've drilled out a little drain hole, just in case we get any moisture in there. It'll drain out the back, won't short out the circuit. So I'll get the faceplate screwed back on now, and we shall get some cable clips on the cable. We've drilled a hole through the shed now, and it comes out the other side. So here's the hole on the other side of the shed on the interior now, and it's in line with the little fused plug there, so we can line it all up in a minute. We've got to shorten the cable and wire it into the plug, so that's the next job. So guys, I have fixed the faceplate on there, and we've got some cable clips down the cable. And we put a drip loop on the end there, let any water drip off the cable so it doesn't find its way into the hole. And now we're just going to put some more silicone around the hole there, completely block it in. Okay guys, now we've got the cover off the little RCD plug there. A couple of screws at the bottom there, as you can see, it says terminal cover screws. You have to get a long thin screwdriver into them because they're quite deep. Once the cover's off, it reveals the fixings where your wires have got to go, clearly labelled there. N for neutral, the middle one is CPC or earth, and the right hand side is L for live. And then we've got further down, we've got a little cable holder where your cable goes underneath there and clamps nice and tight. So on this job, the customer required the cable to be shortened, so there's not a length of cable dangling down here. So I've just got to make the ends up at the end of the wire, and then we'll get it connected to this RCD. I'll show you that in a second. Just get these wires cut. I'll try and do this one-handed, guys, to just show you how I've cut the length of the cable. Let's hold that in that position first. Really tricky one-handed, guys, but just bear with me. As you can see where the end of my thumb is the end of the cable there, the sheath, the main sheath, and I've just measured the length of the wires to the terminals. So we've got to get the main sheath of the wire under that clamp first, but just give yourself enough length of cable, even if you have to just to trim a tiny bit off the ends. But don't forget the live and the neutral, you have to bend like that to them terminals, so give yourself enough length on the cables. Bit tricky doing it this way. Need to get myself a tripod, I think. So guys, we cut the wires to length there using a pair of the Stanley wire cutters. Really useful if you've got a pair to use them instead of trying to cut them with a Stanley knife. It's quite dangerous to do it that way. And your cable should end up looking like that. So we've got the clamp on the main sheath there to hold the wires in place so they don't pull out. And we've done a little tug test on each of these wires once we've screwed them down. Make sure they're nice and tight, they don't come out. So now we're going to get the cover back on. We're going to screw the cover back on with the two little screws at the back there that I told you about. They're quite deep, so get your thin screwdriver back out. And we shall tighten that up now. And that's it, guys. Installation is complete. We're just going to run a test now to make sure we're getting power to the socket outside. But just to say, guys, yeah, highly recommend these for a DIY person to fit these without having to call out an electrician, because they simply just plug into a socket. As long as you can wire up a plug, that's all it is really. But yeah, really good. If you need an outside socket, then highly recommend them. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and if you've got any comments, please leave them down below. And if you haven't subscribed already, please would you consider doing so, and hitting the thumbs up button for today's video really helped the video out a lot. And again, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.